So today we're gonna go ahead and remove the carbon traps on the intakes on my 2024 Mustang GT. I did a little bit of research on YouTube, and from what I've seen, you can gain up to 5 to 20 horsepower for free without spending any money out of your wallet. I am the second owner of this vehicle, so we're gonna find out if we have them or not. I did pick this vehicle up with about 7,500 miles. It is currently sitting at about 18,000 miles already. So I did put some miles on it. I got about 10 months of ownership. So miles is something that I'm not too worried about, as long as you can keep up with maintenance and you just keep, oil changes, swapping up your spark plugs, air filters, and all that kind of good stuff that can keep this vehicle, long lasting than it should without having any problems. So I'm gonna go ahead and start to work. We're gonna figure out if we have them or not, and then we're gonna take it on the street and figure out if we do feel a difference or not. From what I've seen is you get more airflow on the intakes, which allows the vehicle to gain more horses. Now, I'm not expecting something too crazy, like a major difference or not, because obviously it's not something that I'm spending money, and it's not like a big aftermarket thing that is being done to it. But hey, if you can get free horsepower, why not? So we're gonna go ahead and find out. So by just looking at the engine, seems like we are gonna need a 7mm bolt that we have to loosen up. We're gonna have to use a pick, that way we can detach this from the intake tubes. And we're also gonna have to use something to pry out these little clips, as you see on both sides. They both look the same. We're gonna have to disconnect the mass airflow sensor as well, that way we don't damage it. And we're probably gonna have to disconnect it from here as well while we pull out the carbon traps. Over here we have a 10mm bolt as well that is holding it. And then the box seems like it's just clipped, so we're just gonna have to open it like this for now. All right. I think I got everything I need. We're gonna go ahead and loosen up some things, and I'm gonna make sure I lower down the power on this drill, just because I don't want to strip anything at all. I want to be very gentle. All right, that is loosened up already. All right, so I got both sides loosened up pretty good. Yep, they're pretty loose. We're gonna go ahead and remove these boxes over here as well. Let's see. All right, got the first one removed. We're gonna go ahead and remove the second one as well. Boom. We are good. As you can see, the air filters for the intakes are not that dirty. I did swap them out not that long ago, but they are for sure collecting more dust. But they still look pretty good condition to me. So we're probably gonna wait a few more months before we have to buy new air filters. So it's not that bad. We're gonna go ahead and remove this clamp over here as well. And I believe this one up here should be a 8mm. So we're gonna go ahead and swap it out. Let's see. Loosen this up real quick. I think that's loose enough. Let's go ahead and do the other side as well. Let's see. All right. Seems like they are loose. Now we're gonna have to remove these bolts over here, and I believe those are a 10mm if I'm not mistaken. Yes, they are. All right. Let's see what we can do. All right. Oh, let me go ahead and grab this metal tray. That way I do not lose my things. Awesome. Both sides are removed. And now we're gonna have to disconnect the sensors. Let's see. Just keep in mind that whatever you do on one side, you do it on the other side. Let's see. All right. This one is taken care of. So, if I'm not mistaken, I think this might have to pry up. Yep. And then click. Boom. One is removed. Now we have to find out and how to do this one as well. Since it's the opposite side. Okay, I pried it up. Squeeze. There you go. Now the last thing that we are supposed to do is figure out how to disconnect this tube right here and also this one on the other side. So let's see how we can do this. There you go. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and just squeeze this in a little bit so I don't lose it. This side is done, and we're gonna go ahead and figure out how to do the other side now. I figured it out. There's a little latch down here that you just basically move up. It should be fine. And I think I'm 100% positive that we have everything loosened up. So we're gonna go ahead and pull this over here. Let's see. All right, so this one's loosened up, ready to go. See if I could just, boom. All right, we got the air filter out. All right, so it seems like we do have the carbon traps inside the intakes. So we're gonna go ahead and remove the mass airflow sensor before we try to pull this out, just for us to be safe and we don't damage the sensor at all. You always wanna be safe than sorry, you know? So we have one side taken out. We're gonna go ahead and take the other side now. A little wiggly. Boom. There you go. Awesome. As you can see, both of them have the carbon traps. And honestly, the throttle bodies do not look that dirty. Everything looks pretty clean. It looks really good. We're gonna go ahead and remove this mass airflow sensor. It seems like we're gonna need like a good T20 on both sides just to remove that sensor, which I believe I do have. Yeah, this one, wait, are they both the same size? Yeah, they're both the same size. Sounds good. But yeah, wow, look at this twin throttle. That's pretty cool. I really like this new 5.0 engine design. And like I said, air filters, I don't think they're that bad yet. I feel like they might be good for a couple of more months. So let's go ahead and grab that T20 and get these mass airflow sensors removed. And let's be very gentle, just because you don't want to strip anything at all. Let's go ahead and get this removed real quick. Let's see. First is removed. Let's go ahead and put this down there. Second is removed. All right. And this is how the mass airflow sensor looks. Airflow sensor, just like this. So you definitely want to take care of this. You want to protect it, make sure it does not get damaged at all. So let's go ahead and do the same on the other side. Now we should be good to remove this carbon trap. Let me see if I can maybe grab some pliers so I can pull it out. I really don't understand why these are in here. They don't even look like they're dirty or something. Seems like they don't even serve a purpose for these parts, but let's go ahead and get these removed real quick. I was struggling a little bit, so I had to do a little bit of research just because, like I said, I did not want it to mess things up. So it seems like they're supposed to cut out the support bracket down here. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. That way it's gonna be easier to pull out this carbon trap out the way. So let's go ahead and try that. All right, so I figured out why I was struggling. So we were supposed to remove this first, which is why I couldn't fish out the carbon trap from inside the intake. So you see this little bracket in here on this side. I went ahead and removed it on this other side. So now it is much open. Now the only thing we have to do is, you see this little support in there? We have to cut it, and then we should be able to pull out the carbon trap. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. This little thing is out the way, and now we should be able to pull this out. Pull this part out right here. Boom, look at that. Wow. The whole carbon trap is removed. And as you can see, we have a lot more airflow going in now. We're gonna go ahead and repeat the same process. And this time I'm gonna go ahead and just keep it on camera since I now know how to do it. You know, I am learning as I go, which is the best part about working in your car. So I basically pry this little part out, and then it broke in half, it's snapped in half. And then you pull it up, boom, there you go. Big opening, You see this little crossing things? I'm gonna go ahead and use some pliers to cut it out. And we should be able to pull out the carbon trap like nothing. Let's see. All right, we got that cut out. We got the second one and the third. Boom, it's out. I got this out already. And now let's use the needle nose pliers to pull this carbon trap out. Let's see where to do that. Boom, there you go. So since I didn't broke this one, let me go ahead and show you how it's supposed to look. So this one is kind of basically going like this, going all the way around, just like this. And this is basically what's sitting inside the intake tubes, restricting a lot of airflow, right? So now that we don't have this, more airflow, baby. Let's go ahead and cut out this second part. We should be able to start putting everything back together, I believe. And after that, we're gonna go ahead and take it on the road and see if we notice anything. And like I said, I am not expecting a huge difference. I just wanted to see and test out this theory. Now, even if it's just 1, 2, or even 5, and we can get up to 20, that's even better. But even if it's just 1 or 2, a difference is a difference. So everything's good to go. We're gonna go ahead and start putting everything back together now. I figured how to put everything back together. Now I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how to do it on the other side on camera. I just wanted to make sure everything was done properly, you know. So the way how I did this, we're gonna go ahead and grab this already and start looking where the nozzle's at for the throttle body. So we basically squeeze this in already. Let's see. Boom. Go somewhere like that and make sure you align it perfectly. Make sure everything's sealed completely and properly. It's good to go. And remember, you use a 7mm to tighten this up. And just be very gentle. Make sure you don't torque it too much or you could strip the bolts. So we're gonna go like this. Just like that. And just do a little cool pull. Make sure it's in there. See, it's not coming out no more. So let's see. Another thing is this right here goes back in here and it clips. And make sure you pull just to make sure it's secure and locked. Same with the other one. All right. And some of the guys that know about cars, don't worry. We are gonna get oil catch cans pretty soon. Like I said, we're not doing anything performance-wise till next year. The only reason why I'm doing this right now is because it's free and it's only gonna take a couple minutes of your time. So I just wanted to test out the theory as well, since I keep seeing on YouTube free horsepower somewhere between 5 to 20 horses. So yeah, I couldn't hold back and I have to just do it right now. Let's see. So now I'm gonna go ahead and put this filter back. And like I said, make sure that it is sealed completely. You don't want no kind of air leaks. Once it's in there, it's in there completely, all the way around. Then you want to grab your 8mm and you want to start tightening it up very gently, just to prevent any kind of stripping on the bolts. Let's see. Oh. Let's go ahead and tighten this up now. Awesome. We are good to go and secure. That thing is good to go. Now you are gonna need a 10 socket just to tighten up this bolt over here. Well, actually no, let me hold myself back real quick. We are forgetting the most important thing right now, which is the mass airflow sensor. I'm gonna go ahead and put it on before I put this bolt, because that way it's not gonna give me room to wiggle this around real quick. So we're gonna put this here, and I think this is probably the wrong side. I think this one might go like this. Seems like that is the correct way. So we're gonna go ahead and grab the T20s now. And we're gonna go ahead and put them in here already. I'm gonna go ahead and lift this up. All right. Remember, you want to do this very carefully, gentle. Be gentle, man. The same way you're gentle with your ladies, the same way you should be with your car. Let's see. All right. Let's go ahead and boom. It's in there now. So now you want to perfectly align this down here. Grab the mass airflow sensor. Clip this tap in here real quick, and then you want to go ahead and connect it. So let's see. Once it's clipped, just push down the security. That way it doesn't come off loose, and you're good to go. Now, the last thing you want to tighten up would be the 10mm bolt, just to hold the intake in its place. Boom, perfect. Last but not least, we're gonna go ahead and put this intake cover on. Now, I've seen some other guys that also own a 2024 Mustang GT. I've seen some builds where they just remove the top and they run their cars just like this with the air filter exposed. If you guys know if it works or not, let me know. Comment down below if I should leave them like this or if I should just keep it enclosed. I really don't know. To me, even when it's close, it seems like they still get dirty. So I feel like there really wouldn't be no difference other than like more airflow. But what I do think is the heat. I feel like it will catch more heat as well. And you know, heat kills horsepower. So I'm not sure. But if you guys know about this, just comment down below and let me know. Should I keep them or should I remove them? But for me, for right now, I'm gonna just keep them, just to be on the safe side, unless you guys think it's better for me to have them removed. Other than that, everything's back to normal. We're gonna go ahead and turn on the car and make sure there is no air leaks and everything looks good to go. So everything seems normal to me. I don't think I hear or see anything that is not normal. All the sensors are in there, tucked in properly. Make sure we tighten up all the things as well. All right, we got everything tightened up, pretty good to go. Awesome. Now let me go ahead and see and check my dash real quick. Make sure we have no check engine light, but no, not at all. We are good to go. I'm gonna go ahead and clean up. I'm gonna close the hood, and then I'm gonna take the vehicle on the drive just to see if we have any, well, not if we have, but if we notice any difference in horsepower. For sure, hoping I could gain maybe 5 or something like that, which is why we're gonna go ahead and dyno this vehicle pretty soon. I wish I could have dyno it first before doing this small change, but who cares? Like I said, it may or may not have a difference on it, but I do have a homeboy who I'm waiting on to come back from the offshore. That way we can take my Mustang and his Mustang. He drives a Gen 2 manual as well. It's pretty built, it's awesome. So we're gonna go ahead and take both whips to the dyno shop just to find out how much horsepower I am making stock and how much horsepower he is making with the current mods he has on his vehicle. So let me go ahead and pick up real quick, and then I'll see you guys on the road. I am currently on the highway now, so we're probably gonna try to find some space. I can try to do a pull and see if we can notice anything at all. Now, I am not expecting a huge difference, you know. The car is currently in sport mode right now. I think I'm gonna just keep it in sport. I don't think I would do anything crazier than going track or drag, at least not yet. But I think sport should be doing it just fine. So let me just try to find an open road and try to build some distance from me. That way I could do like a cool pull. Now, I do have a manual transmission, so I will try my best to try to record and drive at the same time. I know it's not the smartest idea, but I don't have a cameraman with me today, so it's all by myself. So let's see what we're gonna work with right now. Let's get it. All right, so it seems like we are pulling up to a highway here. It is a toll, so there's not gonna be a lot of cars in here. Definitely not a lot of cars. So we're gonna go ahead and slow down. And like I said, I do have a manual transmission with me, so it's gonna be a little bit hard for me to try to be, you know, careful. But let's go ahead and start downshifting. All right, let's just go ahead and wait for the straight roll real quick. 1, 2, 3, let's go. That's pretty awesome, dude. I'm not gonna lie, I did feel a bit more torquey. Like the takeoff definitely feels hard. I don't know, I definitely feel like this freaking car put me back in my seat. So I'm not sure if it's just a placebo or not, but honestly, I do feel a pretty good difference once it comes to like the higher RPMs. And I'm not sure. I mean, I can't even explain it, but I feel like I definitely do have some airflow coming in that helps the car breathe better. Therefore, it's getting more horsepower. That felt pretty good. And yeah, it's pretty scary trying to shift, going fast with one hand only. Try my best to, you know, show you guys how it is, but definitely feels awesome. I do gotta take this vehicle out and, you know, get some runs in. The only thing is I am stock, so most of the time nobody really wants to race somebody who's stock. You know, they kind of see it like a waste of time or whatever. Yeah, we got a scat pack over here. I highly doubt it he wants to play with me. Oh, and I think we see an undercover cop or something, like a ghost cop. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and make my way back home. I want to end the video over there once I am no longer driving, just to be on the safe side. So yeah, I'll go ahead and see you guys in a bit. So there you guys have it. My honest opinion, does the carb trap removal helps with horsepower? I would say yes, but not much of a big difference. I definitely hear my intakes a bit more louder, and I feel like the vehicle is gaining better airflow than before. So if you have a 2024 Mustang GT and you're looking for free horsepower, go ahead and get this removed, man. I promise you, even if it's just 5 or up to 20, a difference, not so much, but hey, anything helps, better than nothing. So that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you for tuning in. My name is OVTV, and if you're new, feel free to subscribe and comment what you think. Other than that, I'll catch you on the next one.